believe that one of the most powerful questions you can ask yourself is this: what is beautiful to me? What do I love? What, as Song of Solomon says, makes my heart beat faster? Because the answer to that question holds one of the keys to your destiny. God gives the desires of our hearts. He put a little piece of Him in me. If you, I sometimes in my slightly crazy way, you know those photographs, those mosaics that made up of millions of photographs, you know, and they're clever, aren't they? I just think they're clever. I think God's a bit like that He took a little piece of His heart and he put it in each one of us, 7 billion people on the planet. There's a little piece of His heart. And if you kind of dumped us all in one of those programs, we'd end up with a picture of God. Because we'd have all these little pieces of His heart. You carry a little piece of His heart. This desire, the desires of your heart. But the trouble is that they can be buried or lost or obscured or perverted or misdirected or just not known. You know, I think many of us in life, you know, education takes us often down a road, something like this. We go to school and we're good at something. So somebody goes, hey, let's design a career for you out of what you're good at. And then you truck through life and you get to your 30s, 40s, 50s or whatever. And you have a dream. And you discover something else that's beautiful to you. That just because you're good at it doesn't necessarily mean to say that that's what you're meant to do. And many people are good at things for the wrong reasons. Many people are good at things because I think that we tend... Man tends to be raised in somewhere on the spectrum of the absence of love or the presence of fear. So we're raised in homes where there's an absence of love, so I learn to do things for love. So I get good, so I perform, so I can show up at school and do something. It's like, oh, you're good at that. Or we're raised in the presence of fear, so I learn to do things to avoid punishment. And both those extremes, they'll take us to a place of performing, of doing things. But the discovery of what we love, of that piece of my heart, that if you pulled it out and looked at it, it's like, oh, that fits in there with God. That's that. That He gave the desires of our hearts. And so we get raised in this absence of love, presence of fear sort of spectrum. And so few of us get the opportunity just to discover what we love. I think we're meant to be raised in homes where, you know, one day it's like, hey, can I try the violin? Sure. I tried that once. It wasn't pleasant. You know, and it's like, it didn't work. Can I try ice skating? Can I do some painting? Can I try this? That we have mums and dads that go, yeah, sure, try that. Let's test that out. See what that does. And like, I love this. I always use this same example. It's grandson. You can't preach without grandsons if you have them. It's just the law. You know, you go to Bible school, it will tell you, preaching, always include grandsons on the list. But our little grandson, Aiden, he was about 18 months of age. I remember him looking at us, Sue and I, and going, I love blue and green. I wanted to say to him, everything inside me somewhere wanted to say, who told you? But he discovered, because he's got some freedom, where his mum and dad are raising him, some freedom to discover, I love blue and green. I think he'll love blue and green every day of his life. He loves blue and green. It's just, but that opportunity just to discover what you love. To discover that little piece of your heart that is the piece of His heart that He gave you because He gives you the desires of your heart. But He doesn't just give you the desires of your heart. He gives you the desires of your heart. See, when you discover the desire of your heart, He gives you the desire of your heart. When you discover the thing that makes your heart beat faster, He actually starts to make it possible for you to receive that desire of your heart. Discovering it, finding this that makes your heart beat faster. I honestly believe that the world is waiting for a bride that has discovered what she loves.